Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel Books with Natasa. Today I will be filming a K-drama wrap-up for the first half of the year. This is kind of an interesting video to film because I really love K-dramas and I have watched so many this year. But I won't include the very first 2 months of the year, just what came after, because otherwise I will have more than 50 dramas to talk about and this video will be extremely long. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. So I have 16 dramas to talk about in total, and I will start with kind of the old dramas, not the ones that are currently airing. The first one I watched, and I'm so proud of myself for that, is Hotel de Luna, and this is the K-drama that IU is starring in, and she's one of my favorite singers. She's got an incredible voice, and I was so happy to know that she's also an incredible actress. She did such a fantastic job in this drama, and I have to say this drama was certainly one of the best that I saw this year. It hooked me right from the beginning, and the OST is phenomenal. Even now I can't stop listening to it. So everyone should watch this drama. I gave it 10 out of 10 and I have added it to my all-time favorites list. So I will give a small synopsis, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a good job with this drama because it's quite difficult to describe. So there is this woman, one more, I'm not sure about the names, I'm sorry, played by IU, and she's a girl who lived very back in the day, and she was forced, and she didn't have a good life. She was stealing and in order to survive, and after all her friends and family were killed and she was betrayed by the man she loved, she had to kill a lot of people in order to take the bodies back to this place, which is basically the hotel, so they can move on and find peace. Because of how many people she killed, the deity sort of cursed her, so made her the owner of the Hotel de Luna, and she was forced to help souls move on into heaven or the next life until she was ready to move on herself. And now fast forward to present day. There is this child who goes with his father in the hotel because his father is dead but the child isn't, and because IU was going to kill the child, the father made a deal, so IU will get the child to work for her in the future, 20 years in the future I think, and then as 20 years go by she goes looking for the child, which is the male romance, and he is working in hotels, so she takes him to be her economic manager, I believe, judge manager of the hotel. This is a synopsis as far as I can go, and it already has too many spoilers, sorry about that. But now this next drama, I'm quite proud of myself to have finally watched it because it's a really famous drama all around the world, and that is Boys Over Flowers. And I gave it 9 out of 10, also added it to my all-time favorites list, even though it was quite old and quite cringy at times, mostly with a girl, but I really loved it. It was fun, and I loved watching Lee Min-ho and Kim Bong when they were younger. They were so cute and fun to watch. Kim Bong made this drama bearable for me because he's my favorite actor, and I really shipped him and the other girl in the drama more than the male leads. But I really loved the couple with Lee Min-ho and the girl. At first I was really was really weird to see because this guy was bullying her a lot, so she would start dating him. And then, actually, after all the bullying, she fell in love with him, and it was quite weird to watch because there are many tropes like that today, because it's considered bullying, but then it was 2009, so I guess it was okay. For this, I don't have a good synopsis, but I'm gonna try. So this girl starts to go, her names I don't remember them at all. So this girl starts to go into this famous prep school with only rich kids, but it will help her land a job in the future, because when they see that she attended the school, everybody will open the doors for her. So when she goes there, she starts getting into it with the F4. These are Limiho, Kim Boom, and two others, which is the team of pretty boys and the leaders of the school anyway. And she stops them from bullying kids, and also saves one that tries to commit suicide. And then they want to get revenge from her. And anyway, that's what starts the interaction with them. I can give you guys any more information because I will spoil you, but you should definitely watch it because it's really good if you can get past the fact that it's going to be cringy at times, because it aired in 2009, so be prepared for that. The next drama I want to talk about is Welcome to Waikiki. I was quite hesitant about this, but I really wanted to see like a fun comedic drama to balance out many fantasy ones that I watched. And I have to say, this one did not disappoint. I only watched the first season, and I don't plan to watch the second season because the casting changed, and I really don't want to see the same story with different actors, because I'm very committed to these ones. I love the romances in this book, in this drama, and Shunjuki, I'm sure is his name, I'm sure. He was hilarious in this drama, he ruled this drama. My rating is 7 out of 10, and for this there are these 3 guys who want a guest house for tourists, and then there is this girl who comes into their guest house and leaves her baby, but then she has second thoughts and comes back to get her, and they decide to give her a place to stay until she gets back on her feet. So that's about it, and then the more you get into it, the more you find out. Now this next one I finished quite recently, and I cried my eyes out, but still I loved it, and that is Juarang, and I gave it 9 out of 10. I started it because V from BTS was playing Kim Taeyang, but I was also excited to see the dynamic between Park Seo-joon and Park Hyun-sik, because this drama had a lot of my favorite actors, and it was super fun to watch. I love watching all these brotherly, friendly moments between the cast. It was really good to watch, more than the romance itself. I prefer watching this type of interactions, and I really loved it. For this, it was my first historic drama. So the queen decides to form this band of soldiers to protect the faceless king, because her son is the king, but he can't show up to take the throne because they will murder her. So the Juarang are trained to be soldiers who will die to protect the king, and that's it. That's all I can say. I can't say more because it has a lot of spoilers for the first episode. It will ruin the experience for you guys, so you just have to check it out or watch the trailer to decide if this is kind of your thing. Now these next ones aren't the best ones of the year for me. It was quite average to say the least, and that is When the Weather is Fine. I started this because it seemed quite a cozy winter romance thing, and Park Young was also starring in it, and she's an incredible actress. So I wanted to watch it for her. The main lead, it didn't click with me as much, but I still watched it. I gave it 5 out of 10. It was not good. Even though we got to see the romantic cute moments at the end, I didn't like the ending like at all. And for this girl who is a musician, her life isn't as good in the city in Seoul, so she decided to go back home for a while to find herself again. And then she meets this guy who used to go to school with her, and they become close, and he owns a bookstore, and eventually they start dating. That's all about what I can say. This next one, I had a little difficult time getting into at first, but after watching the first 3 to 5 episodes, I got into it. It wasn't the best because it's about a germaphobe person, and I'm kind of sensitive about the topic, but I still watched it because it was quite fun on time. So again, I gave this 5 out of 10, and this drama is clean with passion for now. So the synopsis is that there is the CEO of a cleaning company, and he's germaphobe, and he meets the dirtiest girl alive basically, and she starts working for him, and then they get close, and they start dating, and they take each other's personalities basically, and she helps him live a better life basically. Next is The Secret Life of My Secretary, and for that I gave 5 out of 10. It was basically it was catfish romance, because the guy got into an accident and he couldn't identify faces, so she pretended to be this girl he was having a date with, because she didn't want him for her to stand him up. And anyway, they continued to date. Well, he was thinking to be someone else, and at the same time he was also liking his secretary, which was her, and it was all this messed up situation. Anyway, it was okay, but it wasn't the best drama. This next one has become one of my favorites, and it's starring Park Seo-joon and the actress from Love Struck in the City. I can't remember her name. And that drama is 5 on my way, and I gave it 8 out of 10. I have rewatched it so many times. It's really, really, really fun to watch, and it has a boxing element too, because the character of Park Seo-joon is a boxing fighter. Also, I was very happy when I was watching the episodes and BTS song started to play in the background. I was like, yes, that's where I like it, and I loved it even more for that. You should definitely check it out if you like fun dramas and friends to lovers type of thing. It's really amazing. Next was My Secret Romance, and for that I gave it 6 out of 10. It was alright. It starts with this girl when her mother gets married, and she's having a really difficult time with it, because her mother is an actress for adult films, and it has haunted her all her life because a lot of people make fun of her. And then she drinks and goes out to the beach and meets this guy, and they have one night stand. And then we fast forward a few years later, they meet again, and he's her boss, and that's all I can say. So for this category, I'm going to talk about dramas that are upcoming or already airing, and for that I have to talk about 7, and let's get started. First, I want to talk about one of my all-time favorite dramas this year, that is Law School. I gave it 10 out of 10, and it's starring Kim Boom, and he did such a fantastic job playing this character, and I can't wait to see his next projects. And this drama started airing 14th of April and it ended 9th of June. This is a criminal kind of drama where there is this mother of couples and this group of law students are suspects and they need to help each other so they can be free of the charges because none of them did it, as they say. And I watched this drama as it aired. Each episode, two episodes a week I believe, and it was super stressful because each episode ended such a cliffhanger and I couldn't wait for the next episode, and I absolutely loved it. You should guys definitely check it out. Next drama I want to talk about is my favorite of the year, and that is Doma Service. I gave it 10 out of 10. I know most people didn't like it, didn't like this drama as much, but for me, it's definitely my favorite. It's the new drama starring Park Bo-gum and Seo In-guk, and they had such an amazing chemistry together. I really shifted them for the first episode, because the first two episodes totally hooked me from the beginning. I mean, the ending of the first episode and the continuation of it was truly incredible. You should definitely watch it. Many people weren't satisfied with the ending, but for me it was okay, but I would prefer to have a wedding at least, but it's okay. This drama aired 10th of May and it ended June 29th, and you should guys definitely check it out. Also, the host is fantastic, especially Seo In-guk's song Distant Fate is phenomenal. I can't stop listening to it. I just put my headphones, satellites, and just listen to his host over and over again. He's got such an incredible voice. Just for that, you should definitely check it out. The next drama is quite famous, and that is Vincenzo, and it's also one of my favorites this year. I gave it 10 out of 10. It aired 14th of April and it ended 2nd of May. Sun Ji-gyopa did a fantastic job of portraying Vincenzo. His portrayal of a villain was incredible, and also the suits and the hair and the lighter, of course, it was incredible. I loved the ending. It was super gruesome and vindictive, and also the thing that I wanted to happen in the romance aspect of the show did happen, so I'm very happy. And a lot of people didn't like the ending in Vincenzo's story as much, but for me it was perfect because of course he couldn't stay there and continue his life. He had to go back and be who he truly is. The next one is still airing, and that is Imitation, and for that I gave it 8 out of 10, and it first aired 7th of May and it will end 24th of July. This is a K-drama involving K-pop industry and how things work behind the scenes, and how all the K-pop idols are being treated, and how hard it is actually to debut, and if you debut, what happens. And it's really interesting to watch. Also, quite a few of the actors who play in this drama are from the K-pop group ATES. So if you love this group, you should definitely check this drama out. Now, this next one is still airing and still is one of my favorites, and that is My Roommate is a Kumiho, and I gave this 9 out of 10. It first aired 26th of May and it will end 15th of July. Now, this is a sitcom type romance thing where is this Kumiho, who is a man, has lived for thousands of years, and he has this marble in his stomach basically, and it's red, and he needs to turn blue in order to become human, and for that he needs to collect energy. So accidentally, when he meets this girl, his marble slips into her, so they need to live together so he can keep an eye on her and the marble, because if the marble is destroyed, so his chances of being human. So they start doing this living arrangement, and it's really fun to watch that between them. And of course they start to develop feelings with each other, and you know how it goes. Now, this last one, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about dramas really early in the year, but for that I really wanted to chat with you guys, and that is True Beauty, which is which I gave 10 out of 10 again, is still one of my favorites this year. It first 1st of January and it ended 4th of February, and I absolutely loved it. I am Team Suho, but the ending with Sejong could have been better. And basically, this is a story. It's a high school drama involving a girl named Sejong who believes herself to be ugly. So after a lot of bullying she receives at school, and when her family decides to move, she reinvents herself and pretends like that person doesn't exist. Of course, some people find out and she goes to extreme lengths to keep it a secret, but the truth is always going to surface. Anyway, you should guys definitely watch this show because it's incredible. I was watching it as it aired. It was super stressful because especially in the second half of the drama, so many things were happening and you are at the edge of your seat because you're like, who's gonna find out? Are they going to get together? It was really fun to watch. So you just got to. So that's it for my long video. Like, subscribe, and check out all the links for my information will be down below. And I will see you for my next video very soon. Bye.